We are now hearing from that University of Virginia official who was one of the targets of that debunked Rolling Stone article about gang rape on campus. Nicole Aramo, portrayed as the de facto villain in that article, an article that has since been retracted. Now Aramo is back at UVA trying to make a difference. Henry Graff is reporting from Charlottesville.
I didn't realize I had to go through the trial in some ways to get that vindication.
Leaving the Charlottesville federal courthouse last November, Nicole Aramo was eager to restart her life, a life put on hold by a Rolling Stone magazine article that a jury would find defamed her to the tune of $3 million. The associate dean was portrayed as insensitive in her response to Jackie, the alleged victim of a brutal gang rape on grounds, a story that was just that. The magazine would retract it, and it was eventually debunked.
I came back to work and my office was full of balloons and a big card from some students that I know welcoming me back. So
post-trial, Aramo really returned to UVA in a student affairs role.
I certainly miss a lot of my old work and being a dean.
Now she's paying it forward through her old work. Aramo has donated $50,000 toward a fund to help survivors of sexual and gender-based violence, hoping to raise $500,000 in the end.
I promised at that time that any funds that were donated would be donated back to the university if I were successful in the lawsuit.
The Sylvia Aramo Fund for Prevention of Sexual and Gender-Based Violence is named after her grandmother, who inspired her to get the endowment up and running.
In a way, I feel like it moves her legacy forward, and I know that she would be really proud of what I'm doing, so that makes me really happy.
Aramo wants the fund to pay for new initiatives, and some already in place, including the Green Dot Violence Prevention Program on grounds, which she hopes to expand beyond the university and into the community. Green Dot trainings provide people with the skills to know how and when to safely intervene in a concerning situation.
I'm trying to stay involved where I can.
Aramo is also working with the Sexual Assault Resource Agency to raise funds for its work. Even though she no longer works face-to-face with student sexual assault survivors, she is reaching them through this new chapter, even if it took these painful pages to get there.
I hope they see me as someone who always had the interests of survivors and students at the center of my work. That was absolutely where I was and who I still am today.
New at 5, you find a deal on a hotel only to discover at checkout they charged you something called a resort fee. Now the D.C. Attorney General is leading a multi-state investigation into potentially deceptive fees at numerous chains nationwide. But just this week, the office filed a separate lawsuit against one chain in particular. Consumer reporter Susan Hogan joins us now with more.
That's right, Chris. According to the lawsuit obtained by News 4, the D.C. Attorney General is accusing Marriott of not complying with a subpoena to produce documents for the AG's investigation. Now, according to that lawsuit, the AG is looking into whether Marriott violated D.C.'s Consumer Protection Procedures Act by charging undisclosed resort fees at its hotel properties and characterizing those charges as a, quote, tax or government-imposed fee. Now, the lawsuit says to date, Marriott has not cooperated in this investigation and had provided only a limited subset of the requested information. News 4, of course, reached out to Marriott. In a statement, the company says, in accordance with FTC guidance, we fully disclose resort fees to consumers as they are shopping for hotels and before they complete their booking. We have been cooperating with the District of Columbia's request for information. Any reference to the contrary is factually inaccurate. Now, Marriott will be filing its own response to the AG's request in the coming weeks. Back to you, Wendy.
And there is new technology coming to your seat on that airplane, and that's going to be welcome news for all of you who are frustrated by that very slow Wi-Fi up in the skies. The new technology should allow you to stream movies. You can text, tweet, video chat as easily as you can on the ground, and here's how it's going to work. Instead of getting the signals from the cell towers on the ground, the plane gets its Wi-Fi connection from satellites orbiting overhead.
No matter where you are in the world, you'll be able to have that at-home or office experience.
And we're all saying, what took so long to figure that